Elena Rybakina vs. Jessica Pegula, Australian Open 2026 semifinals. Head-to-head, match schedule and how to watch live. Elena Rybakina and Jessica Pegula will face off in the women's tennis singles semifinals of the Australian Open 2026 on Thursday, the 29th of January, with a place in Saturday's final up for grabs in Melbourne. Rybakina advanced from her quarterfinal with a straight sets win over second seed Iga Swiatek, closing the match strongly after a tight opening set to secure a 7-5, 6-1 victory. The 2022 Wimbledon champion has once again looked at ease on Melbourne's hard courts, where her serve and first strike game have played a central role in her run. Pegula, meanwhile, booked her place in the semifinals after defeating fourth seed Amanda Anisimova 6-2, 7-6, 1. The USA athlete showed control in the key moments of the match, particularly on second serve, to reach her second consecutive Grand Slam semifinal and her first at the Australian Open. Here's what you need to know ahead of Rybakina vs. Pegula. Australian Open 2026 semifinal, Elena Rybakina v. Jessica Pegula head-to-head record. Thursday's semifinal will be the seventh meeting between the two players on the WTA Tour. The head-to-head record is level at 3-3, with Rybakina winning their most recent encounter in 3 sets at the WTA Finals last season. Australian Open 2026. When and how to watch Elena Rybakina v. Jessica Pegula live. The semifinal is scheduled for Thursday, the 29th of January, with play expected to begin at approximately 21:30 local time, AEDT, GMT +11, on Rod Laver Arena. Here is a selected list of broadcasters for the 2026 Australian Open. Times Australia, 9 Now, Stan Sport. Times USA, ESPN, Tennis Channel. Times Great Britain, TNT Sports, Eurosport Discovery Plus. Times Canada, TSN, RDS. Times India, Sony Sports Network. Times Europe, Eurosport Discovery Plus. Times Africa, Being Sports, Supersport. A preview of power, poise, and a shot at history. In the radiant heat and electric atmosphere of Melbourne Park, one of the most compelling matchups of the 2026 Australian Open women's singles draw has emerged. Elena Rybakina vs. Jessica Pegula in the semifinals. A clash of styles, grit, and contrasting journeys that encapsulates the drama of Grand Slam tennis. Both players have carved an unforgettable path to this crossroads, and their encounter isn't just a battle for a spot in the final. It's a story of persistence, evolution, and the hunger for career-defining moments. The backstory: players on a mission. Elena Rybakina. The serve, the strike. Elena Rybakina, representing Kazakhstan, has long been one of the sport's most intimidating servers. Towering and unflappable, her weapons are simple yet devastating: powerful first serves, aggressive ground strokes, and an ability to dominate rallies early. She has already proven her big match mettle by winning Wimbledon in 2022, and her run through the 2026 Australian Open continues that narrative. In the quarterfinals, Rybakina delivered a commanding performance, blasting past one of the game's most talented competitors to reach the semis, a statement that she's fully focused on her second major crown. Her game thrives on rhythm and momentum. When her serve is clicking, and when her confidence is high, Rybakina can overpower virtually any opponent on tour. As ever, the question isn't whether she can unleash her weaponry, it's whether she can channel it under pressure against a savvy opponent like Pegula. Jessica Pegula, consistency personified. On the other side stands American Jessica Pegula, a player defined more by precision and balance than sheer firepower. Her steady baseline play, tactical intelligence, and ability to construct points have made her one of the most respected competitors on the WTA Tour. But at the Australian Open 2026, Pegula is breaking new ground. After years of deep runs, including multiple quarterfinal appearances, she finally gritted her way into her first Australian Open semifinal, eliminating tough opponents without dropping a set. More than just technique, Pegula embodies resilience. Her path here reflects a career of incremental improvement and the maturity that comes with experience. She's not just surviving big moments now, she's thriving in them. Bar chart head-to-head, a balanced ledger. When two elite players meet at the pinnacle of a Grand Slam, the head-to-head is often one of the most intriguing storylines. In this case, their record tells us one thing: it's evenly poised. Across their prior meetings, Rybakina and Pegula have faced off 6 times, splitting their encounters evenly. That equilibrium sets the stage for a semifinal where momentum, match-day strategy, and mental toughness will likely decide the outcome, rather than any overwhelming historical advantage. This parity reinforces that while Rybakina might enter with the flashier tools and Pegula with the steadier baseline rhythm, the match could swing in any direction, based on form, adjustments, or pivotal pressure points. Calendar match schedule, when it happens. The Australian Open 2026 women's semifinals feature two high-stakes contests, one of which is Rybakina versus Pegula. According to the official order of play. Calendar date, Thursday, January 29, 2026. 8 o'clock session, night session on Rod Laver Arena. Stopwatch estimated start time. Following the first semifinal, Sabalenka versus Svitolina, likely around 10:30 p.m. UK time, meaning a late night for European fans and evening to late night for audiences in Asia or Australasia. Exact broadcast times will vary by region, but expectations are clear. This is a showcase match, broadcast in prime time in many major markets. Television how to watch live. For fans around the world eager not to miss a rally, broadcasters and streaming platforms have primed coverage. Round pushpin United States. Cable viewers can tune in on networks that hold Australian Open rights, e.g., ESPN platforms. Streaming options include official subscriptions for live coverage throughout the tournament. Network and digital offerings may vary by package or region. Globe showing Europe, Africa, United Kingdom, and Ireland. Coverage typically airs on major sports channels with streaming via Discovery Plus or other regional partners that hold rights. Globe with Asia, Australia, and Asia. Local broadcasters often feature live coverage, with matches shown on terrestrial and cable sports networks, plus streaming options for on-demand viewing. Globe with Meridian's other regions. Check regional tennis broadcasters or the tournament's official digital partners for live streaming and replay availability. However you watch, fans should expect extensive coverage, with commentary, highlights, and pre-match build-ups surrounding both women's semifinals. Fire what's at stake. For both players, this semifinal isn't just another match, it's a defining moment. For Rybakina, a win keeps her on track for a second Grand Slam title, affirming her status among the current elite. She also solidifies her position as a favored contender in 2026, not just on grass or indoors, but on hard courts at the season's first major. For Pegula, a victory represents the first Australian Open final of her career, and her closest step yet toward a maiden major title. Beyond the trophy hunt, it is validation of years of consistency and resilience. Both women know that a spot in the final means not only tournament prestige but also ranking points, prize money, and priceless.